wait, can I have this on a keto diet? What about this? Or this? Oh my God, anything? So if you're new to the ketogenic diet or you've done keto in the past, I think that's one of the most frustrating things about the diet is trying to figure out which carbs can you have, which are good, which are bad. That could be so frustrating. In this video, I want to explain like total carbs versus net carbs. We'll hit a little bit on like the glycemic index and some alternatives that you can use. First, I just want to briefly explain what keto is. It's a very low carb and high fat diet. It puts your body in a state of ketosis, which is just a metabolic state because you've kept your carbs so low that your body starts breaking down your stored fat and dietary fat into ketones. And then ketones are used as a fuel source for your body. So for this diet to work, you have to keep your carbs low, which can be difficult because not all carbs are created equal, but you need carbs because some carbs are very, very healthy for you. So to get yourself in a state of ketosis and allow your body to use your fat for fuel, you have to keep your net carbs between 20 and 50. So net carbs are different than total carbs. So most products, when you're looking at the label, they break it down in total carbs. So these beans, their total carbs is 20 grams. But you don't want to look at that number. You actually want to subtract and get your net carbs. So you always subtract dietary fiber because that doesn't have an impact on your blood sugar. So if you take your total carbs, 20, and then you subtract the dietary fiber, which is 5. So in this can of beans is 15 grams of net carbs, and then look at your serving size, that's in a half of a cup. Okay, so 15 grams of net carbs in 1/2 cup of black beans. So if you're trying to keep your net carbs between 20 and 50 per day, you can see that a half a cup of black beans is already going to give you 15 net carbs. So why does fiber not count? Fiber is split up into 2 different groups, which is soluble and insoluble. So insoluble fiber is not able to be digested. It cannot be dissolved in or absorbed by water. So basically it's going to not add to any calorie count or anything in your diet. It's just going to pass right through you. Now, soluble fiber does have a little bit of calories that will add to your total calorie per day. This is because bacteria in the colon uses soluble fiber to create those short chain fatty acids, which those are great to be able to use for energy in the body. So soluble fiber and insoluble fiber have no effect on your blood sugar. So since they don't have any effect on your blood sugar, it's not going to be counted towards your carbs. So that's why you subtract your fiber from the total carb to get your net carb. Okay, so let's touch briefly on glycemic index. That index just gives a number to a particular food and how quickly it can raise your blood sugar. So the lower the number, the less it will affect your blood sugar. For example, lettuce is very low on that number. I think it's like 11 or 15, whereas a donut is up there in like the 70s and 80s. The most important thing to note here is that even though a food has maybe really low sugar content, it doesn't mean that it's not going to spike your sugar and be very high on that glycemic index. For example, a baked potato has roughly 2 grams of sugar in it, but because it's so starchy, the glycemic index number on a baked potato is up in the 100s. So basically you want to keep your food on the lower glycemic score. Those are slow absorbing carbs versus at the higher glycemic score, those are fast absorbing carbs. So those are going to spike your sugar really high. So your goal with the ketogenic diet is to keep your net carbs low between 20 and 50. Always choose foods that are on that lower glycemic score, and you can just Google glycemic index, you'll find it. So keep your sugars low, like close to 0 as possible, including some of those artificial sweeteners like high fructose corn syrup, which is not good on your liver. So for your small number of daily net carbs, you can eat things like nuts and seeds, avocados, olives, and berries. Just keep the berries like in the palm of your hand. Now, when it comes to vegetables, if you keep it to vegetables that grow above ground, you don't really even need to count those. So you should get plenty of those in your diet, like lettuces, spinach, broccoli, celery, cabbage, asparagus. You get what I mean? So some alternative foods. Obviously, we want to avoid all the breads and the grains, like the bagels, the wraps, the pizza crusts, and all that kinds of things. But there are recipes out there now that you can Google that you can make keto bread or pizza crusts For pasta alternatives, you can use things like zucchini noodles, spaghetti squash, a cauliflower alternative. But please, if you're buying pre-made stuff that are keto friendly, please look at the ingredients and the labels, because they can be misleading, especially when they say cauliflower crust pizza and you look at the back and your net carbs, you get like an eighth of a slice still. So just check it. And you want to avoid those starchy vegetables like potatoes, sweet potatoes, corn. Some alternatives for those, like if you like mashed potatoes, you can make that out of cauliflower, which I know sounds weird, but it's amazing. You boil the cauliflower, get it soft, and then you mash it up just like you would make homemade mashed potatoes. You put the butter, you put the seasonings, you put, like I put sour cream in there, cheese, bacon bits. It's amazing. As far as fruits, there's a lot of those you have to avoid, unfortunately, like apples, bananas, grapes, pineapple. Some of the best fruits, if you are trying to keep your sugar low, are berries, and then lemons and lemon juice or lime juice. I hope this helps, but if it sounds like super complicated, once you start doing it, it actually is very easy. But I know time is an issue for people, and if you want help with creating meals or a meal plan, or I don't know what to eat or what to do or how to do any of this, I do offer a customized keto meal plan. I became an affiliate with a service that is freaking amazing. They have certified nutritionists and personal trainers, chefs. They've created customized keto meal plans just for you. Like, it's personalized to you and what you like and what foods you don't like. It's super convenient. All digital, like you put in your information and what foods you like, your goal weight and all these things, and it customizes a plan just for you. Now you can do 8 weeks, you can do 12 months, you can do 6 months, it doesn't matter. Just pick one. And right now it's 50% off of those plans. If you need something quick and convenient, it gives you shopping lists. So once you pick, you can swap out, like they'll give you meals. You're like, that doesn't sound good. You can swap it out for something else. It even has a fast food option, which I do not condone you eating fast food. Eliminate it as much as possible is great, but I do understand that we are human and we are in a rut sometimes, or traveling, that sometimes we need those healthier swaps when you're out. If you want to check that out, it's up in the link in my bio. You'll see it. It's like the first link. It's customized keto plans. Let me know if you have any more questions about that or anything else. Have a good day, guys.